things just got messier than anyone expected. Most people assumed the drama between Remy, Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose had already faded out, but Remy wasn't done. Out of nowhere, she jumped on Instagram Live last night and completely flipped the story. What she revealed not only dragged Claressa out of the side chick image, but also placed her at the center of a scandal nobody saw coming. Remy didn't come empty-handed. She showed proof screenshots, timestamps, and even a voice memo. Put Claressa on blast in a way that's hard to come back from. According to what Remy shared, Claressa wasn't just involved with Papoose. She had someone else in the picture too. And not just any random guy, this man is supposedly connected to the industry, and might have been hanging around Papoose not long ago. That revelation changed everything. All the sympathy fans were giving Claressa, gone. As for Papoose, he looked crushed. He even shared an emotional message that had people in the comments sending support and prayers, asking him to stay strong. This isn't just about cheating, it's a layered betrayal. And Remy made sure no one missed that point. If she'd been quiet before, she definitely isn't holding back now. And if Claressa thought she had some kind of advantage, Remy just pulled the rug out from under her completely. The drama has hit a new level, and now it's not just some petty fight, it's full-blown chaos. It started with social media users taking sides. Some were standing by Remy, saying Claressa was out of line for getting involved with Papoose while his marriage was still technically intact. Others were defending Claressa, arguing that Remy had already distanced herself emotionally and Papoose was just moving forward. But all of that changed after Remy's live session. No one was ready for what she dropped. It was late, almost midnight, when Remy suddenly went live. No warning, no teaser, just a pitch-black screen and her voice. "I hope y'all saved your sympathy for someone who deserves it," she said. Within minutes, over 40,000 people had joined, comments flying even before she showed her face. When she did appear on screen, Remy didn't come glammed up. She was in a hoodie, hair wrapped, no makeup. That kind of calm usually means something big is about to go down, and it did. She didn't start with excuses or a long intro. She went straight into it, saying, "This ain't about defending myself, this is about telling the truth." She claimed she had been sitting on the information for weeks and was finally ready to let it out. Then she turned her camera toward a laptop screen. And that's where things started to unravel for Claressa. The first piece of evidence, a security camera clip in black and white, showing what looked like Claressa entering a high-end apartment building in Atlanta at around 2:36 a.m. A man followed her, and according to Remy, that man is Coach Drea, former fighter and someone who's been friends with Papoose for years. This is the same Coach Dre who trained Papoose back in 2020 and has left more than a few flirty comments under Claressa's photos. Remy paused the footage and looked straight into the camera, challenging viewers to tell her how Claressa was loyal. The energy in the chat shifted instantly, from teasing to total disbelief. Coach Dre, someone that close to Papoose, that hit hard, but that was just the start. The next part of Remy's reveal was a voice message she claimed was sent by Claressa to Coach Dre. In it, a woman's voice, confident and definitely not worried about getting caught, says, "I told you, he's too emotional. You understand how I move. That's why I'm here." It was clear she wasn't talking like someone who had regrets. This wasn't just casual talk. It was intimate and bold. After that, Remy showed a text thread. The names were slightly blurred, but the context was clear. One message read, "He think I'm still training. You got 45 minutes before I head back?" The reply, "Doors unlocked like always." Viewers were stunned. By this point, the number of people watching had shot past 70,000. Celebrities like B. Simone and Funk Flex were tuning in. Even a mysterious account that many believed belonged to Joe Budden popped up in the live. Everyone was glued to their phones like it was the final match of a championship game. Remy wasn't done. She leaned closer to the mic and delivered a line that had the internet buzzing. "You want to wear the crown, sweetie? Handle the scandals that come with it. You want to be the queen. Clean up your mess." It was clear she wasn't just spilling tea, she was setting fire to the whole kitchen. And then came the moment that shook everyone. Remy showed a screenshot of a shared calendar between Papoose and Claressa. One of the entries was labeled Miami Recovery Weekend. See, at the same time, she pulled up a direct message from someone claiming to work at a Miami hotel. The person said Claressa had checked in with someone named Dreel, and the room was fully paid for using a card linked to C Shields Enterprises LLC. That was the final blow. Remy shut her laptop, stared into the camera for 6 long seconds, and ended with a line that left no room for guessing. "You can't play house with a man you're not finished cheating on, period." It was silent, but powerful. Remy didn't need to scream, didn't need to cry. Her receipts did the talking, and now the internet is left sorting through the wreckage. What started as a messy love triangle has now become something much bigger, a betrayal that cuts deep and involves people from all corners of their circle. Now, let's take a step back and look at what just happened. Not just the drama, but the psychology behind it. Remy Ma didn't just expose Claressa Shields with a few screenshots. She completely tore down the image Claressa had built up. Just days ago, people were seeing her as the woman caught in a messy situation, maybe even the one who had been misled. But after Remy's late-night Instagram live, all that flipped. She wasn't painted as a side chick anymore. Now she looked like someone juggling multiple men, using connections for clout, and doing it all while playing innocent. The timing of everything Remy shared was no accident either. The screenshots, the voice memo, the calendar entry, they weren't just thrown together. They were organized, intentional, and brutal. Each one told a story. But one question kept circling around after the live ended. Where was Papoose in all this? Well, he wasn't in Remy's comment section. He wasn't lurking around social media liking shady posts. He didn't even try to show up at the gym like some quiet statement. Instead, he took to his own Instagram story at exactly 12:21 a.m., about half an hour after Remy wrapped up her bombshell stream. What he posted was simple but powerful: a black screen with the text, "You think you know someone, then you see what they really stand next to when no one's looking." No mention of names, no tags, just raw emotion. And fans instantly knew who he was talking about. A couple hours later, he posted another story. This time it was a throwback picture of him and Remy from a 2018 Grammy event. They were smiling, holding hands, their outfits matching like they were still solid. No caption was needed. The message was clear. It wasn't just heartbreak, it was the kind that makes you miss what you once had. Social media lit up. One person tweeted, "Papoose looking at old photos like he's about to drop a Drake album." Another wrote, "Pap went from backing Claressa to writing poetry of pain in less than an hour." And what about Claressa? Not a word. No reply, no shady tweet, no repost of someone defending her. Nothing. Complete silence. Which, in this situation, said everything. People didn't just notice her silence, they read it as guilt. Suddenly, her quiet wasn't strength. It was a confirmation without having to confirm anything. Meanwhile, blogs and fan accounts started doing what they do best: digging. They began matching up timelines and receipts. Claressa's check-in at a Miami gym? It lined up with Coach Dre's location tag. Stories from both of them showed hotel wallpaper that looked suspiciously identical. This wasn't internet speculation. Anymore, it turned into what some were calling social media forensics. Then, right as the internet was still spinning from everything Remy revealed, a new piece of drama dropped. A text message, allegedly from Papoose to Claressa, leaked online. It said, "I told you I left my marriage for truth. I didn't expect you to lie too." That line hit hard. Papoose isn't just known for being loyal, he's known for being emotionally solid. So seeing him admit that he left Remy for something he thought was real, only to feel lied to again, made people feel for him even more. Claressa's response: still nothing, but action spoke louder than words. Her Instagram comments were locked. Papoose wiped half of his posts off his profile. And Remy, she casually posted a brunch photo with the caption, "Unbothered, unbooked, and unavailable." Icon. Status. She didn't need to say anything else. That one line did all the work for her. But the drama wasn't over. Not even close. Just before the night ended, the Shade Room posted a screen recording of a FaceTime call between Claressa and an unidentified man. In the video, she could be heard saying, "Remy, don't matter. I run my own name now." That was enough to push things from scandal to all-out war. Claressa didn't just look unbothered. She sounded proud. Fans took that as a challenge, and right when it seemed like this situation couldn't get any more layered, a comment appeared under a viral clip from Remy's live. Someone claiming to be close to Coach Dre wrote, "She'd been playing both of them. Pap ain't even the only one she lied to." That comment hit 14,000 likes in just a couple hours. Now fans were asking, who's the third man? Was this even about love, or was Claressa playing everyone from the beginning? Things had clearly escalated. This wasn't just about Remy or Papoose anymore. This wasn't even just heartbreak. Within 24 hours of Remy's live, like she was never part of the campaign at all. Information apparently, the brand had concerns about aligning themselves with someone now tied to such a public scandal. They didn't want to be associated with it, especially since they promote family-friendly values. Allegedly, that's not just a hit to her image, it's a financial loss. Reports say Claressa was set to earn around $250,000 from the deal, not including performance bonuses based on reach. Now she's watching it vanish before she's even had a chance to tell. Her side. And Papoose. Still no words, no interviews, no new posts. but fans spotted something strange on his Spotify page. A new track titled Lost Loyalty was added under upcoming releases. The cover image: a black and white photo of a boxing glove hanging off a broken mic stand. If that's not symbolism, nothing is. It looked like Papoose wasn't done telling his story, just choosing a different way to say it. Then someone submitted a new photo to a gossip blog. Public. They weren't hiding. They were laughing, arm in arm, walking like they owned the sidewalk. The caption that came with the photo read, "She don't even care. Pap played himself." That was the final straw for many. Fans who had once supported Claressa started turning on her. Alongside clips of her with Dre, the betrayal wasn't just personal anymore. It had gone public, poetic, and brutal. And just when people thought they had seen the worst, another person entered the chat. They'd overheard her talking about Papoose as someone she loved, but as a tool. According to them, Claressa saw the relationship as a way to clean up her public image, not something she was serious about long term. It was all strategy. The assistant said a branding move, not a love story. The thread that surfaced online that night was packed with shocking material. It had screenshots of supposed DMIs, screen recordings of travel plans, and one chilling line that read, "Perhaps too slow to realize he was a campaign." Whether or not it was real, nobody cared. The internet didn't hesitate. The idea that Papoose had been used, not loved, hit people hard, and the tone of the conversation began to shift. While everyone was still unpacking the damage, Remy Ma made her next move. She posted an old video clip of Papoose rapping on a rooftop, spitting a verse about choosing loyalty over fame. No caption needed. The video spoke louder than any statement. One comment read, "She didn't need to say a word. She posted the truth." Her silence had now crossed into strange territory. Either way, she wasn't helping herself. Then finally, someone else spoke up. Coach Dre, the man in the middle of all this, posted a story on Instagram. "I'm in the business of fixing broken people." Along with it was a gym selfie, shirt off, flexing, comments disabled. But instead of clearing the air, it only made things worse. The post was immediately turned into a meme. One went viral almost instantly. A screenshot of his quote placed over an image of a house being demolished by a bulldozer. The caption, "Fixing people by wrecking everything around them." Meanwhile, behind the scenes, this drama started affecting real-life plans. A known music blogger leaked that Papoose had backed out of a scheduled studio session with Fat Joe and Scram Jones. No official reason was given, but the source said he simply wasn't in the right headspace to rap. Nobody questioned it. The heartbreak was clear. That's when people started connecting dots. Fans of Remy began digging up past interviews where she talked about loyalty being her foundation in love. It was clear that the love between Remy and Papoose had been real, and that's why this betrayal hit so hard. And then came another twist. A short screen recording about 40 seconds long leaked online. It allegedly showed Claressa on a FaceTime call with a man who wasn't Papoose, and not Coach Dre either. She was wearing a hoodie, speaking casually, and said something that dropped jaws. "Pap's too emotional." The identity of the man on the other side wasn't confirmed, but fans were quick to guess. Many believed it was a well-known music producer who had previously been spotted with Claressa. At this point, people were no longer wondering if Claressa had cheated. They were wondering how many people were involved. What had started as a messy triangle was now a full web of betrayal. And at the center, a woman who had positioned herself as misunderstood now looked like she was playing everyone around her. Remy, however, didn't seem fazed at all. She posted a meme of herself sipping tea with the caption, "After staying quiet through it all, he finally posted a 2-minute video on Instagram. I stayed silent because I was hoping what I saw wasn't real," he said. "I've always tried to move with respect, even when I felt disrespected. But what hurts the most isn't what happened, it's that I left a queen for someone who didn't even know how to be real." He paused. His voice stayed steady, but the pain was obvious. "I'm not here to play the victim. I made choices. But damn, I didn't think I was just an image for someone's career boost." He ended with a message that hit home for a lot of people. To anyone going through something right now, take your time. Don't lose yourself trying to be somebody else's come up. Blogs reposted it and celebrities weighed in. Taraji P. Henson, Angie Martinez, and even Charlemagne shared it. Charlemagne's caption read, "Real one. No fluff." Suddenly, the internet wasn't laughing anymore. People weren't joking. They were feeling it because Papoose's pain was too real to ignore. Even Claressa's own fans started going quiet. And when she finally did post, it wasn't what people expected. No denial, no explanation. Just a vague tweet. "Lessons learned. Heartbreaks happen. I'll grow through it." That was it. No names, no ownership, just generic healing talk. It left people more confused than comforted. But by now, the damage had already been done. What started as a scandal full of rumors had become a devastating fall from grace. This wasn't just a side chick story anymore. It was a full collapse of trust, relationships, and public perception. People began to ask new questions. Would Claressa finally tell her side? Would Papoose step away from music? Would Remy leave? The drama behind then, as the dust began to settle, another anonymous source entered the chat, this time with a fresh leak. A blurry but readable screenshot appeared on Reddit showing what looked like a signed NDAA agreement, the name at the top, Claressa Shields. The signature at the bottom, Anthony Tone Baxter. At first, the name didn't cause much of a stir, but once Twitter figured it out, things exploded. Tone Baxter is a mid-level producer, not famous to the public but well-known in the industry. He's quietly ghost-produced for some of the biggest names in hip-hop. And here's the twist. He used to be affiliated with Remy Ma's old. It was about whether any of this had been personal or strategic from the start. Was there a deeper connection between these people? And was Remy's role in all this bigger than even she had let on? According to a viral Reddit post, Tone Baxter reportedly signed a non-disclosure agreement last fall, one that was allegedly set up to keep any personal interactions between him and Claressa Shields under wraps. In plain terms, this wasn't some random connection. They had history, and they wanted to make sure no one knew about it. Whether or not the document was real didn't even matter. Once that screenshot hit social media, people treated it like gospel. Within hours, TikTok detectives and Twitter thread creators were analyzing every line, every signature, every timestamp.